Namo Namah Bhavtam Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. Welcome back to my channel Sanskrit Sopanam. I hope you are doing great. I'm also good. I have a bit of a cold, but that is okay. So, what we are going to do today? Today, we are simply going to decode a verse from Ram Raksha Stotram. So, this is a very popular stotram. It is also known as Ram Raksha Kavach. So, we are going to simply take a verse of it and we are going to decode it, keeping in mind all that we have covered so far in our previous videos on basic fundamental Sanskrit grammar. And what we have covered so far? So we did letters and words, that what are the individual letters in Sanskrit and how they combine together to form a word. We learned a very important concept, Varna Vichhed, that how you split a word into its individual letters. Then in the next video, we saw what are the different word categories in Sanskrit. Same word categories as you have in English, nouns, adjectives, pronouns, verbs. But how these categories operate in Sanskrit is a bit different than how they operate in English. So we saw all those differences and how in nouns we have a base word. From that base word you have different word forms and all that. So how it differentiates from English and how these categories operate in Sanskrit, we saw that in the fourth video, in the third video. In the previous fourth video, we saw one of the most important concept in Sanskrit grammar, that is word case, aka vibhakti. That how a single base word, suppose balak, can become balakaha, can become balakam, can become balakasya, can become balake, and what is the use of these different word forms, and how word case vibhakti concept allows Sanskrit to become a free word order language. That when you read a Sanskrit text, you quickly realize that words they do not follow any order. But once you know word case vibhakti concept, you soon realize that the order of the words in sentence does not matter in Sanskrit. And we have a very good reason for that. And that's why when you pick up a Sanskrit text, you think that, okay, all the words are in completely random order. How is this operating? So we saw all that in the previous video. If anything, go and watch the last video because word case vibhakti is very important and is a key concept in understanding any Sanskrit text, any actual Sanskrit text. So please do watch that video. For all these three videos, I have a playlist in my channel. I will leave the link to that playlist in the I button in the top, in description also. So with all that covered in the previous videos, today we are simply going to decode this beautiful verse from Ram Raksha Stotram, keeping in mind all that we have covered so far. I hope you are as excited to learn as I am to teach you and learn with you along the way. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly dive in today's video. So as always, I have the file ready. And as always, this file will be available for download. You can see the link in the description box for your later references. So this here is the verse that we are going to tackle today. Okay, let me once chant this verse. Ramo Rajmani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Nishachar Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Ramannasti Parayanam Partaram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalai Sada Bhavatu Me Bhoram Mamudhara. So this is the verse from Ram Raksha Stotram. And this is the verse that we are going to decode today. And as you can see here, if you can notice, there are few words here that are combined together due to Sandhi rules. So Raman Nasti. So below I have written the same verse without Sandhi. So I have done the Sandhi Vichhed. Sandhi Vichhed means I have separated the individual words from this combined Sandhi word. So I have written the exact same verse below. We will shortly going to take a look at that also. So all these words, Raman, Nasti, Parayanam, Partaram, these are individual words, maybe two, maybe three, combined together to form a single word due to Sandhi rules. Sandhi rules we have not covered so far. As I said before, that once we start with our learning Sanskrit through Gita series, whatever Sandhi comes in our way, we are going to learn it then and there only. Our only focus right now is to decode this verse based on what we have covered so far. All the essential fundamental basic grammar that we have covered so far. This single verse have all the 8 word forms of Ram. See, Ramasya, Rame and Bhora. So see, this was the first word case, Ramah. This was the second word case, Ramam, Ramen, Ramay, Ramat, Ramasya, Rame, and Bhoram. Bhoram. This was the eighth word case, the Sambodhan or the exclamation. So a single verse have all the different word forms of the base word Ram. And it's a beautiful, interesting thing about this verse. Maybe the author, maybe the poet, Saint Buddha Kaushika, maybe he was trying to give us a refresher on Vibhakti word case through this verse. Maybe. Anyways, so without wasting any more time, let's quickly begin decoding this verse. So I have color matched the Sanskrit words. You can already see that. See, this is the first verse. So I am taking part by part. So this is the first part from this verse. Rajmani Rama Sada Vijayate, and I have color coordinated based on their meaning. Said that Rajmani, this is this red one, jewel among kings. Rama in black is obviously Rama. Vijayate, this is the verb, and this has the same color as victorious. And Sada is always. So, anyways, we are going to decode it one by one, word by word. But I have also color coordinated it so that you can easily identify which word is in the translation belonging to which translation. Okay. So, anyways, so we have Rajmani Ramah Sada Vijayate. Let's see the first word, Ramaha. This word you can easily identify. This is a noun, right? This is a noun, masculine gender noun, pulling noun. And this is in first word case. We have already done the word case in the previous video. If you have not seen that video, I'll strongly suggest go and watch that video. Anyway, so Rama here is the main subject of this sentence, and hence it is in the first word case form, Ramaha, right? And Vijayate. So what is Vijayate? So we have our subject central character Ramaha, and then we have a verb Vijayate. This verb is a third person verb, and it simply means he is victorious or she is victorious or he wins, she wins, that sort of thing. So Vijayate, this is the verb. On basic word categories, we saw how every verb in Sanskrit has a root. So if you remember, you know this form pathati, but this word pathati has a verb root pat. That means to read or to study, whatever. So every verb in Sanskrit has a verb root. So that this is that root for this verb form Vijayate. So G, that means to prosper or to win. And this verb root in its third person singular form. So what is third person? He, she, it, they. So whenever the one who is doing the action is the third person, so it is a third person verb also. So Vijayate simply means he wins, she wins, Gopal wins, Sita wins, Lakshmi wins, Mohan wins, any third person. In this case, Rama Vijayate. So Rama wins or Rama is victorious. So Rama is victorious. Sada. What is Sada? Always. And Sada is an indeclinable, that is Avyay. Again, all these categories, noun, adjective, indeclinable verb, we have covered in the last to last video. Sada means always. So Rama is always victorious. What is this Rajmani? So you can easily see Mani, Mani means gem, and Rajmani simply means the gem among kings or the jewel of the kingdom. You can interpret it anyhow. And this word is simply describing Ram. So Rajmani is the adjective to Ram. And a key point again, since we know that the adjective exactly matches the Vibhakti Vachan of its noun, so Rajmani is also in first case. Why? Because Ram is in first case. Adjective simply copies all the properties of its noun. So Ramaha Rajmani. Suppose this Ram was in second case. So this Ram would have become Ramam. So this Rajmani, as you can guess, would have become, this is the base word, right? Rajmani. And in second form, it would have become Rajmanim. Simple. So it would have still followed its noun. So if it was Ramam, it will become Rajmanim. Here it is Ramaha, first case. So it also first case, Rajmanihi. So in all, Rajmani Ramaha Sada Vijayate. So the jewel among kings, Rama, is always victorious. Simple as that. A simple line. We know this meaning. Moving forward. Ramesham Ramam Bhaje. Okay. So here we will start with this Bhaje. Bhaje means worship, to worship. So bhaj, as you can see, the word root bhaj is to pray or to worship. And this form bhaje is a first person form. First person means I. When the speaker itself, when I am the speaker, so this is the first person, Uttam Purush. So this is the first person form. You remember this word, right? Pathami. So whenever we say pathami, so I study. And for I in Sanskrit we use aham. Aham pathami. So here pat, our root, it changed into first person word form because I am the one who is doing. So pathami. If he was doing, she was doing, so it will become pathati. So you know all these things, I assume. This aham is I. Now don't ask me that okay, in this verse bhaje means worship, I worship, but there is nowhere aham. Aham is not there. So, as we follow in English also, when the verb itself is telling you that this is a first person verb, and in first person you only have one possibility, I. So, in third person, you can have a lot of people. He, she, Gopal, Ram, Sita, Abhinav, you can have any person in third person. So when you are using a third person verb, so like pathati, you need to also mention that who pathati, who studies. But when you are using a first person verb, pathami, then you don't need to mention this aham. You can mention it, I study, but it is obvious that okay, first person is only I study. Same is the case with second verb form also. If I write pathasi, this is a second person form. So who is the second person? The direct listener, you. So there is also only one probability that if I write pathasi, I can write tvam. Tvam means you. I can write tvam, but this tvam is redundant. That even if I don't write it, this pathasi itself is giving me all the information I need. Pathasi means you study. Simple as that. So don't confuse when I say bhaje and I say I worship and there is no aham in the sentence. Bhaje itself is telling you that I worship. So Ramesham Ramam Bhaje. I worship. Now I worship who? So Ramam. So see, again Ram is the base word and here it is in second case because Ram is the, as you can guess, object of the sentence. Who is the one who is doing the action? I. What is the action? Worship. I worship. And I worship what? I worship who? What is the object of my action? So Ram is the object. That's why Ram is in second word case and becomes Ramam. Okay. Now Ramesham. You can guess that since Ram, Ramam, Ramesh, Ramesham, so you can guess that okay, this is an adjective and this will be describing Ram somehow. Ramesh. So I'll tell you Ramesh, Rama is goddess Lakshmi. Her another name is Rama. And Isha is someone who's denoted as a lord or master or in a relationship as a husband. So Rama Isha, that husband of Rama, that is Lord Vishnu. And since Ram is the avatar of Lord Vishnu, so a lot of times, or many a times, Lord Ram, Shri Ram, is also addressed with this name Ramesham. So here Ramesham is acting like an adjective to Ram. And since Ram is in second case, so very obviously Ramesh, the base word Ramesh, will also be in second case and becomes Ramesham. So Ramesham Ramam Bhaje. I worship Ram, who is also known as Ramesham. You can identify like this. Because I am assuming that you have covered all the videos that we have done so far, all the previous videos. So I am throwing all these technical words, the verb roots, the pratipadik, the base word, word case, all these. So all these technical words I am throwing in. Why? Because at this point, you should be aware of all these grammatical terms and concepts. Because these are the only concepts that are going to repeat again and again. See, two line we have covered so far, right? We did Rajmadi Ram Sada Vijayate. We did Ramesham Ramam Bhaje. Same things, same type of concept goes on again and again and again. Make these fundamentals strong because these fundamentals go a long way in any Sanskrit text. be it complex Sanskrit text or a simple Sanskrit text. But these concepts, these fundamentals, these basics, as the name suggests, they are fundamentals. So you cannot run away from them. You need to get hold of them. Okay, so now we have Ramayana. Just one sec. We have this verse. Ramayana Nishachar Chamuhu Abhihata. An army of demons is destroyed by Ram. Destroyed or killed, same thing. Okay, so let's start with this word Nishachar Chamuhu. So Chamu, this word, this means army. Okay, you will encounter this word in a lot of times in Bhagavad Gita also, Chamu. And this is a feminine gender word. Again, don't take it as a thumb rule, but just think of it as a helping guide that whenever you have a long form of vowel, right, a dirgha matra, so this oo, or this a, or this e. So whenever you have the long form of vowels, the words ending with these long forms, a lot of time you can guess that it is a feminine gender word. Because in Sanskrit, no, to know a gender, you cannot guess by its biological nature. Every word has its own gender, so you already need to know the gender. So this is just think of it as like a cheat, a hack. It doesn't work 100% time, but it works most of the time for unfamiliar words. So Chamu, this means army, and this is a feminine gender word. And Nishachar Chamu, this again is a combination word combined by samas. What a samas in the future will do. Through the word itself, you can see Nishachar Chamu simply means army of Nishachar. And Nishachar, think of them like demons. For understanding for our purpose now, Nishachar simply means demons, night dwellers, demons, whatever. So Nishachar Chamu simply means an army of demons, right? This is the main character, the central character of our sentence, and that's why it is in first case. Okay. And what about them? So Abhihata. Nishachar Chamuhu Abhihata. So army of demons was killed. Now was killed by who? So by Ram. So again you know this word case. So whenever we have the sense like by Ram, by a stick, with a knife, by a knife, with focus. So whenever we have sense like by and with, all these sense, we use third case. And in third case, Ram becomes Ramayan. So Ram becomes Ramayan. Okay, third case. So in all, the army of demons was killed by Ram. Okay, simple as that. Just move forward. Then you have Ramaye Tasmai Namaha. Prostrations, that is Dandavat Naman for that Ram. Okay, so this Ramaya. So see, we have already covered 3 word case for Ram. Ramaha, Ramam, Ramayana. This is the 4th word case, Ramaya. So Ramaya, whenever we are offering something to someone, so that noun becomes in 4th case. What are we offering here? We are offering this Namaha. This is again a very common word in Sanskrit. Namaha means prostrations, Dandavat Naman are salutations. So this thing we are offering to Ram. This is a new word, Tasmai. What is Tasmai? So pronoun, that Ram. So I am offering my salutations to that Ram. Oh, which Ram? That Ram who killed the army of demons. So we are using a pronoun, no, that Ram. So this that is a pronoun tad. In Sanskrit, tad pronoun. Again, this single pronoun will have all 3 genders, as you can guess: masculine gender, female gender, and neuter gender. Okay. And similar to adjective, pronoun also follows its noun. So noun Ram is a masculine gender masculine gender. So the tad that we are going to use will also be masculine gender. Since Ram is in 4th case, so this tad pronoun, if you will see the tables, I shared the word case tables with you in the last video, right? I hope you downloaded them and kept as a reference. So if you will open that table for tad, you will see the 4th case is Tasmai. So again, with repetitive use, no, you are going to remember all this. That whenever we are using in the sense of giving, offering something, so there the pronoun also takes 4th form and becomes Tasmai. In lot of Panchatantra stories, when the story begins, It becomes like ekasmin grame, tasmin grame. So tasmin. Instead of tasme, you have this tasmin. So tasmin grame. Grame means this grame. Grame, if you can guess, is the seventh case, and this means in the village. And tasmin or kasmin or ekasmin, all this means in some village, in that village. So the pronoun also is matching with the noun tasmin. So this is a very common pronoun tasmin, tasmin grame, in that village that happened, so and so happened. So again, all of these you are going to very easily register in your mind with the more we use them. So right now, don't fret about them. That okay, that's my fourth case. How do I remember this? The trick is, don't remember this. Just see, just listen to what I'm telling and move on. Okay. Ramaya Tasmai Namah, prostrations for that Ram. Moving forward. Ramat Partaram Parayanam Nasti. Okay. There is no other path greater than Ram. Okay, how we came in this translation? Let's see one word by word. Ramat. Okay, so Ramat is the fifth case. Fifth case, we have already seen that whenever there is a sense of separation, that leaves fall from the tree. Whenever this is the case, fifth case happens. One additional property of fifth case is whenever we are to show comparison. So whenever we say something like he is taller than Ram, he is smarter than Ram. So whenever this is the case, then Ram, we use fifth case. So here that comparison is coming. There is no other path greater than Ram, So that's why we have used Ramat, the fifth case. Okay. And Nasti, you can identify this now. Nasti means is not. So Asti means is, and Nasti means is not. Okay, very common Sanskrit word again, is not. So is not, then Ram. Okay, what is not, then Ram? Let's see. We see this word Parayanam. This is our noun. Okay, Parayanam. So Ayanam, this word Ayanam, this means path. This is a neuter gender word, Napunsak word, and this means path. Okay. And Para, this means other. Okay, par means other. And when you combine these two, so due to again Sandhi, it becomes Parayanam. So this short A, it becomes a long A, a dirgh A, and that's why it becomes Parayanam. And in total, it becomes other path. Okay, so same thing I have written here for your references later. And since this is our main central theme, since this is the main character of our sentence, the path, so it is in first case. Now don't confuse that, okay, but in first case, shouldn't it be Ayanaha, like Ramaha? No. Neuter gender noun, no. So neuter gender noun in first case and second case, they are exactly same. And in the context only you can identify them. So neuter gender never becomes Ayanaha. It will become Ayanam only. In first case also, in second case also. In context, you need to identify is it first case or second case. So Panayanam. Phala. Phala is a neuter gender word. You will never see Phalaha. No. You will always see Phalam. Phalam. Because it is a neuter gender word. So other path. Now Partaram, this is an adjective. Okay. Partar, this simply means a greater. This is used when we want to show the comparison, greater, in a comparative tone, Partar. And since our noun is in neuter gender first case, so Partar will also assume the neuter gender first case form and it will become Partaram. Just adjective copying its noun. We have seen so many times, same case every time. So in all, the sentence become Ramat Partaram Parayanam Nasti. Again, Sanskrit does not follow a strict order because each word itself is giving you all the information that you need. So you don't need to have it in its original order. You can have any order and still the meaning will be clear. So don't confuse why then Ram, greater, other path is not. What is the meaning? No. In Sanskrit, you don't have any order, any fixed order. The meaning is, as you can see in English, there is no greater path, other path greater than Rama. Okay, let's come now here. Aham Ramasya Dasah Asmi. A simple sentence. A lot of you will already understand its meaning. Aham, you already know, it's a pronoun. That means I. Okay, first case, singular. Because only I am talking about me, one person, so aham. Okay, if it was all of us, so it becomes vayam punaha milamaha, as I say. So vayam, that. Okay, again. So aham means I. And I what? So I dasah asmi. So you are already familiar this word, right? Asti. So asti is in general sense because lot of times we are having conversation in third person only. But when we are having conversation in first person, that I am, so that am is become asmi. Again, because us again is a verb to be, and it follows the different verb forms. So it is a first person verb form. First person uttam purush I. So us becomes asmi. So I am. I am what? I am dasaha. Dasaha is a noun, and again I am the servant. So this dasaha, dasa is the main central theme of the sentence. That's why in first case. Okay. So das, the base word becomes dasaha, first case. And I am das of who? So of who? Whenever we are showing the relationship, if you remember, we use sixth case. So Rama becomes Ramasya. I am das of who? Of Ram. So aham Ramasya dasa asmi. I am servant of Ram. And that meaning this is the breakdown. Okay. Okay, moving on. Rame me chitlaya sadabhavatu. May my devotion of mind always be in Ram. Okay, a slightly longer line, but no worries. We are going to take it word by word. So, Rame. This again from the previous video you will already know. Seventh case, Ram becomes Rame. And what seventh word case implies? In or on. So, may my devotion of mind be in Ram. So whenever we have in or on, we use seventh case. So Ram becomes Rame. Okay. Now what in Ram? So Chittulaya. Chittulaya is again a combination word, and Chittulaya means devotion of mind. Okay. Chit means consciousness or mind, you can say. And Laya, no, we say is in Laya. Laya means the flow. You can think of it like that. So the entire flow or the entire devotion of my mind. So Chitlaya simply means devotion of mind. Again, all this is a part of a vocabulary for any language, right? And how do you build a vocabulary? The only way is this, what we are doing right now. That the more text we expose ourselves to, the more new words we are exposed to, and that way we are building each and every day we are building some vocabulary. Okay, so Chitlaya, it may be an unfamiliar word up till now, but now you know this word Chitlaya, and this means devotion of mind. So this is the main subject of the sentence, hence it is in first case. Okay, Sada, you already see in the first line, Sada Vijayate. So Sada is always, and it is an Avyay. So Sada, it will indeclinable Avyay. I hope you remember those special words that have their special meaning and they never change their form. So Sada is always written as Sada, and it is always only have same meaning always. Okay. Now you see this word may. This is a pronoun asmat. Okay. So this pronoun asmat, just as we have for noun, no, that Ram, this is a base word, and from now Ram we have different word forms. Ramasya, Rame, Ramat, Ramyo. Same thing with pronouns also. So that asmat pronoun, this is a first person pronoun. First person uttam purush means when speaker itself. So I, both of us, all of us. Okay. So to denote anything related to the first person, you have asmat. And aham, that you are already familiar with. I, that I am walking, I study, aham pathami, I walk, I run, aham dhavami. So I, aham, this simply the first case for asmat. Because, why first case? Because I am the subject who is doing the action. So asmat becomes aham. Again, don't remember this. Aham is very commonly used. So you will anyhow, by now you must have remembered this. All these tables, all these vibhakti references, I hope you downloaded the table that I gave you in the previous video. If not, you can go to the last video. In the description, I attach that zip folder of all the commonly used word cases, vibhakti. So there you have asmat. And since I want to say that my dissolution of mind, so chitlaya of who? So chitlaya of me, or my chitlaya. So asmad also takes sixth case, because you know sixth case is when we want to show possession, that Bharat is Ram's brother. So Ramasya bhratah. Ram becomes Ramasya in sixth case, right? Because we are showing the relationship or possession. So I am saying my mind of my devotion of mind. So to denote that my, I'm using sixth case of this pronoun asmat, and sixth case is may. There is another word also, mam. You remember that? Twamev mata cha pita twamev. You have no twamev sarvam mam deva dev. So mam, my God, oh God, my God. So you have two words, mum also and may also. The author chose may, maybe because he has to fit the words in its poetic meter, right? So that it can be sung in a poetic rhythm. So he chose may. Again, poet's choice, but don't worry about that. May simply is the sixth case of asmat, and it means my. So in all, okay, bhavatu. So bhu, again, root. Again, a very common root, very common verb root. You are going to use it a lot of times. This root means to happen or to become. Sunrise is happening. Suryodaha bhavati. Suryodaha, sunrise is happening. Bhavati. Okay, present tense. This bhavatu, this is actually not a tense, but it is a mood. If you remember, I told that verbs have tense, that what is the time frame when you did it, in the past, in the present, in the future, past perfect, all that. In addition, you have moods also, that in what mood, in what sense you did that action. And two very common mood are request or an order. So either you order someone or you request someone. So bhavatu, maybe, that I'm hoping, I'm requesting, or I'm hoping that may my devotion of mind always be in Ram. So whenever we are conveying a polite request, we are always using the request mood for that verb. And since I'm talking about chitlaya, that's why it is a third person verb, because I'm talking about this chitlaya, that may this chitlaya, may my devotion of mind be in Ram. Okay. I'm not doing anything fancy, just going through only those concepts that I covered in the previous videos. Only those concepts I am applying here, and I'm able to decode it with just few additional things here and there. Moving on. Okay. Bhoram mam uddhara. This you see no bhoram. So whenever you see this, bho or he, so immediately know that this is a eighth case sambodhan, because again as an exclamatory call, hey boy, oh Ram, hey Ram, bho Ram, bho mitra. So this bho, hey, these are this exclamation sentence. So think of it like bho Ram, exclamation. Okay. Uddhara. So the verb is dhr. That means to support or to hold. And it is in second person verb form. Why second person verb form? You can say because when we make exclamatory statement that oh boy, so think of it like that we are directly calling out to them that oh Ram, hey Ram, please help me. So it is a direct call to them. So I am directly saying to that second person, and that's why kindly uplift me. This uddhara means to uplift. So I am directly asking Ram to uplift me. That's why it is a second person verb. So with exclamatory calls, no, a lot of times you use this second person verb only, uddhara. Again, it is a request. So it is a lot lakar. What is a lot lakar? Imperative mood. Whenever we make a request or a command or an order. So here, obviously, I'm making a request. I'm not ordering. I'm requesting. So we use that mood, and that form is uddhara. Okay, don't worry about this right now, but just know that this is the verb dhr, to support or to hold. Mam. What is mam? Again, the same pronoun, asmat. So see, we already saw three forms for asmat. If you go up, see, we have asmat in sixth case, may. That means my. Then we have asmat This is a very common first case, aham, I. And again here, see, let me adjust it. Oh, so nice. So asmad here, it is taking a second case and it is becoming mam. Why second case? Because O Ram, kindly uplift me. So Ram, and I'm requesting Ram to uplift, and to uplift who? So who is the object of the action? So since here I am the object, I am being the object of the action, that kindly uplift me. That's why this asmad is taking the second case form, because object, and it is changing into mam. So mam uddhara, kindly uplift me. Okay. And with this, we have covered what we wanted to cover in this video. So we took a part of a verse of Ram Raksha Stotram and we decoded it using only the most basic Sanskrit grammar concepts. So all of these concepts, these Sanskrit concepts, we have already covered in our previous last 4 videos. So you can see how using only the basic Sanskrit tools, you are able to decode an actual Sanskrit text in its own original language to understand its meaning. So isn't it wonderful? I'm sure it is as wonderful to you as it is to me. It is always fascinating to me when I'm able to decode any Sanskrit text in its original language. So that's the idea of this channel. That is the idea. That was the idea of this video. That whatever we learned in the previous videos, how we are going to apply it in decoding and extracting the meaning of original Sanskrit text, and that we are going to do in a bit more elaborative way with our series on learning Sanskrit through Gita. And with that said and done, I'll see you in the next video. I hope it was useful. I know I have a stuffy nose right now, so maybe my voice was like, that stuffy voice, that husky voice. So please pardon that. A bit of a cold, so please pardon that. I hope the logic, the flow of information was easy to understand and enjoyable. And see you in the next video. And vayam punah milamaha. Dhanyavad.